Good morning. I just thought I'd get right down to it. Some NFL news. But first off, I'm gonna talk about something. I was looking through through the site called usaboxing.org and trying to find out whether what happened to these fighters that fought in the Olympics. Now the men, of course, were shut out of the medal rounds, but the women, they only had 3 women in the boxing. Now, if I can memorize their names, would be great. Merlin Esperza, Queenie Underwood, and then Clarissa Shields. Now, out of those 3, Queenie Underwood got eliminated. And then Merlin Esperza, she took home bronze. And Clarissa Shields ended up taking gold. And I found out that Clarissa Shields had to fight in the youth division, despite winning gold in London at age 17. But anyways, I was just thinking about boxing, what's happening with the sport. And I must say that everybody's not so obsessed with the sport anymore. Professional boxing, so to speak. It's not even boxing anymore, really, since most times a lot of fighters, they fight hard and have the mentality of thinking that they've won, but they find out when the decision comes, they lose. And I feel that they have won too, but at the same time, because of negative officiating, they often get robbed also by the scorecards too, judges. Like in some fights that I saw with Juan Manuel Marquez and Manny Pacquiao, I think Marquez won most of those fights. Of course, the 4th fight, Marquez won by a knockout. That pretty much summed up the series. But professional boxing is not what it used to be. There's a lot of money involved, and of course, a lot of crooked officiating and scorekeeping. And with this, the increase of this UFC and MMA, boxing has probably gone down by the wayside. I don't know what this craze about MMA is. I mean, it's not even a real sport. I mean, I think it's just a fad that people watch and people catch on to. Really, it's a fad, I think. But it seems to be these television networks seem to have caught on to it and picked it up recently. And professional boxing has gone by the wayside regarding viewership. Part of the audience has dropped a bit. Hopefully it comes back to its original form, but I don't think so. And hopefully it comes back, but I don't think so. It's not what it used to be when I was a kid watching it. Especially amateur boxing in America, and both Canada and America. I mean, they have not much attention has been given to them, and funds have decreased regarding support and sponsorship. But I guess Clarissa Shields' win for the United States had pretty much stored some credibility and respectability into the program, USA boxing program. But that's another issue. Now I'm going to get on to some NFL news. I just read on ESPN.com last night that former NFL player Darren Sharper was arrested for alleged rape of some sort and charged with rape. Now, I don't know what it is with all these NFL players or former football players, pro players. They just seem to get bored easily when they're not playing anymore and just seem to get into a lot of trouble with the law. Or they go through, take drugs, or they go through a divorce. This often happens to a lot of NFL players, but NBA players too, and Major League Baseball players as well, and also NHL players. Just a lot of problems off the field, or off the ice, or off the court, or off the diamond field. Diamond. Just you can't seem to stay out of trouble or out of the spotlight. And Darren Sharper is a prime example of it. Yeah, one. But oftentimes, a lot of these athletes go broke and they're running out of money and just basically live on the streets. But in other words, they never really plan for their lives ahead when the glory days or playing days are over. It's a pretty sad state. Darren Sharper was a very good player. He played for 3 teams, I think. He played for the Green Bay Packers, Minnesota Vikings, and the New Orleans Saints. I think he had a pretty good career, but not as good as Jerry Rice and Steve Young. But I don't know what's going to happen with Darren Sharper now that he's charged with alleged rape. He's just another typical black man that was just unable to stay out of the criminal justice system. I mean, remove all the uniforms and remove the league, then you just got another black man just being in the confines of the criminal justice system. So it's just sad.